You never know where some animals may be trying to hide. Like on the right hand side is the okapi. You might think that they're related to the zebras because of their zebra-like stripes, when in fact they're the closest relatives to the giraffe. One way by knowing is if you take a look at their faces, they're facially structured just like the giraffes that we have here in the reserve. And they too have ossicones or bones on top of their head to help them for defense purposes. The okapi is a very shy and timid animal, and they really help to use their multicolored coat to help camouflage, especially within this ecosystem. So it's a little bit more difficult for animals to try to even attack them. As we get to the giraffes in a little bit, I'll be able to point out their ossicones and see if you can find the similarities between the two. On the right hill over there is the saddle-bill stork. Now they have a yellowish, blackish, whitish beak that indents kind of like a saddle on a horse. They have a wingspan that can reach up to 9 feet wide, which is the same width as this canopy above your very head. And when they meet their significant other, they are mates for life. Lucky them. I'm kidding. On the right hand side is the bongo. The bongo is known to be the ghost of the forest, and no, I'm not talking about that instrument. And that's just because they have their orange coat to help them really blend in with this ecosystem specifically. They got those big horns that swerve and swivel, so it's easier to help navigate through thick bushes, tall grass, and
Have a selfie with this thing.
Behind the bongo on the left-hand side are the greater kudu. Now the greater kudus are the tallest antelope. Got a lot of antelope families members here on the reserve today. And they have one of my favorite group names. A group of them are called a forkle. One way to tell the difference between the males and the females is that the males have horns, whereas the females do not. I have not seen the horns on those greater kudus, so I believe those were all female forkles. Now we are entering the Safi River. In the Safi River, animals love to be in, on, or around the water, so always be on the lookout, because just like on the right hand side, the hippopotamus will be using the water to their advantage.
That's my doodle over here.
Hippos can submerge themselves in water for about 8 minutes long, and they just come up for one short breath until going back down for an additional 8 minutes. They are not swimmers. In fact, they can walk or run on the surfaces of water, and they can actually outrun any of us humans. So if you were ever toe-to-toe with a hippopotamus, say your prayers. Jumbo, everyone. So these trees over here are the pink-backed pelicans. Main reason why they're called pink-backed pelicans is because when it is mating season for them, which can be any time of the year that they like, their backs get pink. And just like the saddle-bill stork, they too have a wingspan that can reach up to 9 feet wide as well. They got those big beaks to act as buckets that can hold water, fish, shrimp, crabs, any other animals that might be partaking in the aquatic lifestyles. On the left-hand side are the Nile crocodiles. Now, the Nile crocodiles are the largest of the crocodilian species, and a group of them are called a congregation. Crocodiles will hibernate under the water for over 2 hours until they find their right prey. If you were to somehow hold a crocodile on their hind legs, they would be just as tall as a giraffe. Now the reason why I say if is because a crocodile can weigh up to 500 pounds. Now they usually eat about 1 meal per week, but that 1 meal can consist of half of their body weight. So they're eating about 250 pounds once per week. If you've ever seen a picture or a video of the crocodiles hanging out with their mouth wide open, they're not doing that to scare us off or scare off their predators. In fact, they're just doing that to keep themselves cool. On the right hand side is a baobab tree, or as we call it here in Harambe, an upside down tree, because it kind of looks like some roots are sticking out of it. This is a leafless tree for about 9 months, and it can conserve gallons and gallons and gallons of water. If you took a closer look at that tree, you might notice some markings on them, and that's because bigger animals like the rhinoceros or even the elephants can puncture or